Hi, everybody. It's Linda coming to you from my home. I just got done doing a video with Danny, who's one of the greatest people on earth. I just so enjoy him. I mean, the people you meet in this group are just fantastic. I wanted to also, which I also said on Danny's show, Mel had wrote me this morning and he's doing fabulous. He slept last night for the first time without pain med. He's able to swallow a little better. So he's extremely gleeful and happy. And he wanted to thank everybody again. Also, Andre was supposed to show up at our event yesterday. And he wrote, and his poor mom may have had a stroke. So he's dealing with that. It sounds like a stroke. So prayers out for Andre's mom. And what else did I want to tell you? I just thought it was weird that yesterday in our event, our prayer event for Mel, when I was in silence, I saw Johnny Cash as clear as day. And he said, tell that boy he's going to be fine. So I almost didn't say anything, but I said to Mel, Johnny Cash is here. And he says, he just wants you to know you're going to be fine. And he said, oh my God, Linda, I love Johnny Cash. No clue that he did. So anyway, that was a wonderful affirmation, so to speak. So entertainment purposes only, and I do not do personal readings anymore. And if anybody out there on Facebook or Twitter or anyone says they are me and they're offering you a reading, that's a bold-faced lie. Do not give money to anyone in my name, because I'm not asking anybody to give money, because I'm not doing readings anymore. Not paid readings. I give away free readings, but no paid readings. Okay, so listen, I wanted to sit down with you guys and talk to you about weather conditions coming up probably 6 months, 8 months at the most. And I'm just going to give you what they are telling me. Now, a lot of people were wondering, when are we as a nation going to come together? And, I often said, something like, remember how 9/11 brought a nation together? Remember how World War II, when they hit Pearl Harbor, it made everybody work together. And right now we're so separate. And as Abraham Lincoln says, a house divided cannot stand. So the hate and the ugliness, from both sides, actually. We just are sick of the ugly, and they love to talk crazy talk. So, that whole baggie that was found in the White House, that was a plant. How do I know? Because it's like a gun plant. If there's no fingerprints on it, no DNA whatsoever, it's a plant. Okay, so my guys wanted you guys to know what is going to bring us together is our shakeup of our environment in weather systems. I've often told you way back, any of you guys who've been following me for years, I always had a bad feeling about Florida. I've said that till I'm blue in the face. I saw a lot of loss of land because of flooding. And right now, the temperatures in the oceans between Florida and Mexico apparently is hotter, is running 86 degrees, which is hot. And so you keep up with that kind of temperature, the fish life will die, the coral will die, and any kind of hurricane coming into that kind of heat, whoa. So yes, there's going to be some rather earth-shattering, entertainment purposes only, hurricanes. Listen up, because they will give warning to everybody. So move when they say move. Don't think you can sit it out. But there's going to be, it's pretty bad. It's almost like that one that hit up in the Mississippi. That big, huge one. There's some good sized ones coming up. Even a little bit more up the coast, probably in the Carolinas. But it's all, it feels more. Now there's one here that I see might even be in the Gulf of Mexico, coming up through, even up through Texas. I see a good size one coming up on the Pacific end of Mexico. And I see more sudden rainstorms, tornadoes. And the reason I'm telling you guys, there's going to be warning, okay? And a lot of people are not going to feel comfortable in their own skin. I'm just seeing people realizing that there's something going on. This is no, we kept thinking we could put it off, or, changes. Yeah, we need to look at that. It's almost like that movie 2012, when he told everybody this is happening and we're looking at the next 50 years. And then he came back and said it's happening now. And they said, why? I thought you said the next 50 years. That's what I'm feeling. That kind of urgency. On the news, they were talking to some place in Spain. It's not just the United States. Some place in Spain having 140-degree weather. That's Armageddon. That's Armageddon. Now, fortunately, I'm in California. So California had big time storms. We have a lot of water. So our hydroelectricity, all of them are up and running. Before they didn't, because of the storm. I mean, because of the drought. So now they're up and running. So we won't face big time shutdowns. But I see a lot of electrical shutdowns back in Texas and over there in Florida. People are going to be so mad at Ron DeSatan for not paying attention. I just see people furious. I see him, because he's over there trying to be president. In the meantime, we got some business to take care of over here. Now, I haven't looked at the news or the Weather Channel to see what's coming up, but it feels like a good size one as far as hurricane is coming up pretty soon. Okay. And all this weird tornadoes and stuff have already been happening. And I get a lot of emails from you guys saying, dear God, Linda, you were right. And it's not me that's right. It's the guys. And they're trying to tell us that's when we come together. So the good news is we as a nation work brother to brother, sister to sister. We're going to help everybody out. President Biden is not going to say, well, if you didn't vote for me, I'm not doing anything for you. Like ex-President Trump did. He sent those broken machines. Him and Jared thought they were going to be cute and sent broken breathing machines to New York. But everybody else, anyone that voted for him, and that's not how Biden plays. He's going to try to help as much as he can. So that's a huge factor there. And what I'm seeing is a good time power outage. I'm seeing crop destruction. I'm seeing the United States a little better off than most countries. I'm telling you, I don't know if this is in the United States. You guys have seen this visual before, and it did happen almost like Paradise, where you see a whole town up in flames and people are running for their lives. I see that again coming up. Again, the hurricane thing, it's pretty bad. You think, in fact, Trump will be happy all this stuff is happening, because it's going to take some of the news off of him, because we'll be dealing with life and death situation in our nation. So do a lot of prayers, ground yourself, pray for comfort and help for everyone. Pray for the animals, because there's a guy in Arizona that dropped. He had a heat stroke. And the doctor said they, pump fluids and everything. He had 3rd-degree burns on his back from the sidewalk. Don't take the animals out in this heat, please. Don't even think you can leave them in the car for a second, even with the windows open. Please take care of the animals. And you know what I saw? And I don't know if this is happening. I'll have to look it up. Saw a lot of even bird life. There's a lot of birds that can't exist if the heat goes on too long. So you're going to see a lot of birds coming off the face of the earth because of this type of thing going on. This is breaking records, you guys. This is no joke. What I can tell you is the guides had prophesized this to me back years ago when I was telling you guys that the earth shift is happening, and there's a lot of, stay away from the ocean. You know, there's some places that are safe, but stay away as much as you can. And things will filter out. You know, look at us. We were in a horrible, horrible drought. And although now we're having mudslides because the rain was so bad. So we've been getting bits and pieces of this, but this is what I'm here to tell you today. It's no joke. That's what I'm here to tell you today. Make sure you have an emergency packet ready to go. Make sure you have flashlights. Don't put it off and put it off, because I'm feeling that vibrational energy of something coming up. Now, earthquakes, I do feel one hitting in California. I think Sterling has said it too. But I'm not getting around the Bay Area. I'm feeling more, I do feel Northern California. So Washington or Oregon, and I'm definitely feeling Mexico. Definitely Mexico has a good shaker, maybe even South America. Because our 6.5 and 7s, they can be tough, but they're not the 9-pointers that happened in Alaska that lasted 5 minutes. That kind of shaker, there's another one coming, but I can't tell you where. But I'm feeling, you know, 6, 7 out in the ocean. I feel a good size. I do see a tidal wave. What's the name of that? But not too bad. I see problems with Hawaii too. Hawaii's got a little bit of a spiritual energy protection around it, but I do see some water damage or something coming up with water in Hawaii. And did you see that people are touring Europe left and right in this horrible heat, but they're taking the opportunity to, you know, it's wise. We were stuck in the house with COVID. And so everybody's like, yeah, let's do Europe. You know, if I was to go somewhere, it'd be Ireland, but I'm not going to Europe right now. So just take care of yourself. Just get your packet ready. I got a pantry that's so full of so much food. People think, you know, I could probably feed 10 people for a year. So just get your canned goods, get your soups, check the stuff you already have, check expiration dates. And just kind of in the back of your mind, have that extra case of water going. Have some big, huge bottles of water. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to have them. If you got a little space for it. Like my son said, his place is so little, he don't got space for nothing. And he's real stickler about checking expiration dates, because he had a whole bunch of pasta and it expired. You know, pasta can last longer, but he decided he had to cook all the pasta. So anyway, just make sure you have a radio, battery operated radio, flashlights. I like those lanterns that deal with battery operated. I got that generator, which is fantastic, because we had PG&E had to turn the power off. And like that, it came back on. My TV flickered, boom, everything's on. I got my internet, everything. And it's a powerful enough generator that it would take care if I needed air conditioning. So for those of you, I, you know, didn't have a generator for a while, and I did a week with no electricity. Boy, that was hard. But we lived off the grid. You know, fortunately, we had a gas stove that you could light up, and we had a gas water heater that you could take a hot shower. So anyway, okay. The reason I'm just telling you about it, I talked about this on Danny's show. I just want to tell you that this is the time our nation comes together. Probably even by, I know no later, probably in the middle of next year, we'll be looking back saying, whoo, holy cow. I see a lot of money having to come out to rescue people, to save people, to give people opportunity. We're all, as a collective nation, you know, you can't leave the homeless out there in this kind of heat. You've got to take care of people. I see big things being built, not tents, actual like, and I even see big hospitals that have closed down that they're using for putting the mentally ill. Slowly but surely, this will all come together, and good for Biden, right? He got $74 million. He's got more money in his little political pot than Trump does. And we're all having a laugh because, you know, oh, his numbers are so bad. I'm telling you, don't eat. Why would he have $74 million if he wasn't something everybody's looking at? We got 2 Danny said it's 2.9% inflation rate. We were at 9% when he walked in the door. And some of it was from him, but you know, we were going to adjust. Okay. But he really is for the people. He's older and he doesn't have to be working as president. This is something I think he's happy to do, but he wants more of it done. He wants to get more done because there's another part of him that says, I just need to pack my bags and this is his twilight years. He needs to be enjoying, you know? So and then they got these people so upset about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden doesn't work for the administration. Not at all. Could you imagine if everybody and their neighbor was all about Trump's daughter that doesn't even work for the administration? Not Ivanka, the other one. Oh, she this and that, she this and that. It's like, you know, they would tell us right away, excuse me, that's his daughter and she doesn't work for the administration. Another person to keep an eye out on is Chelsea Clinton. I'm telling you. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was on the news talking such madness about how the Chinese had done this COVID thing and it's some big conspiracy. It's almost hard to believe it's coming out of a Kennedy's mouth, unless it's that other Kennedy, that Republican Kennedy. I don't know what it's like. And may I please get this off my chest? I don't know what the hell, and you guys probably feel the same way. What the hell are they thinking? The women's issue is not working in their favor. The gun issue is not working in their favor. The fake thing with Supreme Court about, you know, oh, you don't have to do a website for a gay person who wasn't even gay. It's not going to work in their favor. Biden turned around and used something in the education system and gave peace to a bunch of student loans. You saw that, 84 million or something. I loved it. Oh, you know, those guys are barking. The thing is, you guys, the only thing they have to go on is Hunter Biden and Biden's age. That's all they got. They got nothing else. He goes to Europe. He handles the whole bit with NATO. He's talking, he's schmoozing, he's making it happen. You look at the map now that Sweden is in there. Beautiful, beautiful. And they will put Ukraine. So let's take a look real quick, because I've been saying for a while. Okay. I've been saying for a while that Putin's going. Let's kind of look real quick. There's trouble coming. I just want to see if I can get a hit. The other person that's in real trouble is Jim Jordan. That's the other thing, and I was telling this on Danny's show. One of the reasons that they're bouncing off the walls is because the guilty ones, Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're bringing up all this stuff, and it's like, what are you talking about? Because they're all in trouble. It's going to be huge. I'm not supposed to be happy about it, and maybe we have to be a little bit sorry, but I'm just a little bit sorry because it's coming. It's coming. It's almost like I see this black dust energy coming and hitting them. Like it's going to just, people will be, this time next year, we're not going to think the same. These people causing all this drama, they're going to get shut up because the Republicans are going to lose. And the more they're losing, then they actually stop and take a look at what they did. They got to reverse it. There are going to be new Republicans coming in with a totally different attitude. And these other people can go. But tell me about Putin. So Putin just got a whole bunch of immigrants. Can you believe people would immigrate to Russia? They showed them all online. Did you guys see that? Walking along with the military, pushing them along. They're going to make them work as Russian soldiers. And I got to tell you something. They can badger them and tell them off all they want. You dare walk away, we'll shoot you on the spot. I see a lot of these guys they're forcing in. They might do a little bit of something and then they take off. And they're working on the side of Ukraine. That's how desperate he is. Putin is the bad smell. Putin is not a very good person, but he realizes that to the whole world, he has no equity. He's a nothing burger. He's really hoping that Trump would win again. Oh, thank you. So what's happening is if Trump doesn't win, then he's over with. But I don't, is he going to last? Yeah, he'll last. He'll last a little bit longer. I see him offering some sort of peace deal. That's how bad it's going to get. I don't know if it's him or someone else, or they take Putin out in a peace, but I see a white flag. I told you guys this before, remember? I kept seeing that white flag. So some sort of peace deal will come up with Ukraine. It's hard for me to get time frames because, you know, time frames, I can be totally wrong. I just got a hit, you guys. I just got a hit that some famous news person is going to cross. I just saw it. I just saw all the TV stations saying so-and-so has passed away. Some news person, maybe long-term. I don't know who it is, but I just saw that. Okay. The other hit I've been getting is I really feel, and you know, these actors, these famous actors, they're making pretty good money, but they're marching on behalf of everyone else, which is nice because these people have families. These are the people they work with. Yeah, they make plenty of money, not as much money as the CEOs get. But let me ask about the work. And that Fran Drescher, oh my God. I used to watch her on The Nanny. You know, I've told you guys, I used to love that Nanny show. One time, Mr. Sheffield won 5 Tony nominations. And they were dancing and hooraying in the kitchen, and in walks Sylvia, Nan's mother. And she said, Mom, guess what? Mr. Sheffield got nominated for 5 Tonys. 5. They were like smiling. She said, oh, what happens if he loses all 5? Fran looked at Mr. Sheffield and said, you see why I have to have therapy? Okay. She's a go-getter. She's a Libra. She'll fight hard. She's looking at this as her opening, which is weird, you know? Okay, just bear with me. I don't know anything about her or the business. I have some friends who are working actors, but I have a feeling she became president. I don't know how she became president, but I'm almost feeling that maybe people weren't feeling that good about her or not sure she would be a good president. I don't know. Because remember the last time they had this kind of strike, Ronald Reagan was in charge of AFTA, and he was a Democrat at the time. So what's going to happen? Because I almost feel, and that's the sense, and I got to tell you, I can't force it. I have to tell you, I'm thinking this might end sooner than later. Maybe sooner as a month, 2 months, but I feel like it's going to end. Because I want to know what we as consumers can do. Do we stop watching television, watching any movies or television? Maybe, you know, I'm not really a reality show person. So let's look. Here's negotiations. They're definitely going to sit on negotiations. Oh, thank you. So what Fran's doing is she's throwing gasoline on the fire. She's creating a great big pushback. She's telling people, hey, you can't let them disrespect you like this. She's going to call out everything, and people will gather around her. There's another woman here too. Listen, they will come to a good deal. It's almost like I see, they'll lose so much money, California especially. I'm almost feeling like they come to an agreement, like, okay, let's do this. There's an agreement coming. It says a fall card, so it could be September, October, but yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you, sometimes I go, ugh, but I had a good feeling, like it's okay. I feel like they're going to come to an agreement now, and they're taking care of themselves before the AI thing gets too gray. Apparently, an actress, she's that sexy Latino. What is her name? Anyway, they used her voice on something, and she said, I didn't give you permission. And they said, yeah, you did when you signed this contract way back when. So yeah, that kind of pissed people off. They're trying to make you sign like they did in the 1920s, contracts for eternity. In the meantime, nobody gets any residuals, etc. It's pretty bad. I mean, we barely got children covered because children's little savings used to get eaten up by family and friends. I'm asking about the big UPS thing. And here's some negotiation coming on. But I'm going to tell you, they may actually have a strike or a 2-day strike. It's not going to last long because they come to an agreement. I even see Biden getting involved. Why do I see Biden getting involved? Well, he's telling them, listen, you guys get this together. He's a union man. So you guys get this together and you come to an agreement. I see a compromise. I see a compromise with the writers and everybody. Yeah, and then there won't be another strike for a while. Okay, so I just want to ask the guys, is there anything else they want you to know? I saw it feels like a famous news person or owner of a conglomerate of news people. It's something to do with newspapers, television, or something. That's what I'm getting, okay? It feels male. Okay, what else do you want me to tell everybody? Ooh, Trump is going to get hit. This Fannie thing and that lawsuit that Trump did on Fannie is a nothing burger. Not going to happen. She's got a whole slew. In fact, Danny and I were talking about this. Apparently, she's told the courts don't put anything on your calendar because she's going to bring in Jim Jordan. She's bringing in all kinds of people. They will get hit hard, definitely hard. And Jack is getting ready for January 6th. I can smell it. I can smell it. In fact, just before this, this particular lawsuit he's dealing with now, with the records, doesn't seem like that will finish as fast as this January 6th. There's something with sedition that we might even be able to say, Trump, you can't run for office because you worked against the United States. That's what I'm seeing. So we'll see. But I feel this other one that is going to get last up, but that's not the one that's going to take him out. The one that's going to take him out is January 6th. That's what I'm getting. And he sued Fannie. He took it to some Supreme Court. I don't know which one, to take her off. That's the sign of a desperate man. And let me tell you something else about the little baggie that was found in the White House. What happens when people plant guns? There's no prints, there's no DNA, there's nothing because they clean it off. Whoever put that little tiny baggie in there had cleaned it off. Because if someone was holding the bag, it'd be on there. But yeah, no. And they're not trying to protect Hunter Biden. If it was his, they would have said so. And to top it off, the Bidens weren't even around. They were at Camp David. But they're so desperate. Listen, Jim Jordan is in for it. Look, can I just take a quick look, see? Tell me about Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, and all those people are busy saying squirrel. They don't want you guys to pay attention. They want you to say it's a two-tiered, and just as Congressman Lean said, so all these other things that happened with Bannon and with Roger Stone and with Flynn's in trouble too. All these things that happened, who was in charge? Was it a Democratic AG? No, it was Barr or whoever else he had in at that time. And who was the president? Well, it was Trump. So how is it two-tiered? We're just going along with what you guys did. Jim Jordan, I just really have a bad feeling on him. And that McCarthy is a nothing burger. He's just talking out. It's like nothing. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is upset. Hello, hold on. Why is she upset? She thinks everybody's trying to work against her. She's telling McCarthy, I'm standing for you and I'm having to pay for it. They're turning against me. I see her sitting in like a, she's not going to come to any kind of agreement when she's arrested. She's going to sit there in that box and act like she's innocent. And I see that look, that look she gives. And I see her, just like when they sued her in Georgia was the worst place they could do, because all those people are for her. But when she goes federal, it's going to be bad. Now, my guides are saying, this is interesting. There is so much coming down on Jordan. It's almost like he's gifting them. Is that weird or what? Like he's gifting them. And we don't even know. You can't even use your imagination, everything that's going on. And also, Jordan is receiving a little money under the table. I'm sorry to keep repeating on certain people, but I just got to let you guys know, since my guides brought it up, that this one's going, Matt Gaetz is going. It's so much stuff. Matt Gaetz is worried too. Ooh, I can feel it. I can feel it. And I just got a really significant hint the other day that I do feel that next season, when Biden wins again, they'll probably turn the Supreme Court to 13. I see Thomas leaving, but our president said he didn't want to do that, but it makes logical sense because we have 13 courts. But I see he's kind of pushed into it. Like people are saying, sir, you're going to have to do this. He's kind of old school, Biden is, and some of those things. But let me tell you what, you think he's old? I couldn't go to Europe and do all those meetings and everything and look like he did. He looked fantastic. He's in shape. He's with it. And he got $74 million. And a lot of it is the small donors, just like with Obama. And don't forget, Obama's numbers weren't that great. So here you go, you guys. And thus we begin. So I wanted to tell you about, I want you to start your prayers. I want you to put your feet on the ground. I want you to ground yourself. And I want you to ask, wherever you're sitting, to ask for protection. And to ask to always be notified, because I almost feel like a lot of lives will be saved because they listened. They listened to what was coming over the air. My tribe is so fantastic. They offer to help, if you're in Oklahoma, to build a safety, where you can go down underneath the ground if there's a tornado. But anything you can do, just think outside the box. Think of how you're going to exit. Exit earlier if you can. Just get the hell out of Dodge. That's all I gotta say. And the reason this is happening, and it is as prophesied, and but try to not overthink. If they can't work through you, if you're in constant commotion, this is as prophesied, because this will bring we humans together, and our strife and our dismay of working so hard. You know, we've gone as a country, as a world, we've had Armageddon, plagues, and so many people, a lot of people's children couldn't even live to be old. We've gone through a lot, and but being that there's no such thing as death, and it's hard for regular folks to realize that. I have tasted what's on the other side, and it is paradise. And I can guarantee you, don't try to hold on so hard. If it's your time to go, don't be afraid, because let me tell you, it's beautiful there. So anyway, that's all I got to say. But I'm not seeing the death toll being Armageddon like it should be with this kind of weather I'm looking at. So that makes me think people are really taking care of each other, and that's wonderful. All right, you guys, I love you all. I just wanted a little short little thing to talk to you all about weather changes coming up in the next 6 months. I see significant changes. I see fires again. I see a good sized earthquake, and several earthquakes actually, and hurricanes. Sorry about that. Okay, cheers, you guys.